Good morning, students. In isomerism in coordination complexes, in last lecture we see the structural isomerism, and now we are going to see the stereoisomerism. In stereoisomerism, see, it is also known as space isomerism. Two complex compounds containing same ligand which are coordinated to the same central metal ion, but when the arrangement of ligands in space is different, then such a complex compounds are called stereoisomerism of each other. Such type of isomerism is known as stereoisomerism or space isomerism. It have also two types. First one is the geometrical or cis trans or position isomerism, and second one is optical or mirror image. First type, geometrical or cis trans or position isomerism. This isomerism is shown by complexes in which either the same two ligands occupy adjacent position or adjacent to each other, that is cis means the same, or opposite to each other, that means trans, that is across to each other. Here cis trans isomerism is not possible with compounds having coordination number 2 and 3, and for tetrahedral complexes with coordination number 4. For tetrahedral complexes, all the four positions are adjacent to each other, and hence, in this case, cis-trans isomerism is not possible. This isomerism is possible only in four coordinated square planar complexes and the 6 coordinated complexes, that is octahedral complexes. First, we see the square planar complexes, that is coordination number 4, geometrical isomerism in square planar complexes. Geometrical isomerism shown by square planar complexes are the type, that is first M-A2-B2 type, second M-A2-BC, third M-A-B-C-D, fourth M-A-B twice, fifth bridge binuclear planar complexes of the M2A2X2 type, for example PtCl2 PET3 twice. Complex of the type Ma4, Ma3b, Mab3 have no geometrical isomers because every positions the arrangement possible arrangement for any of these complexes will be exactly the same. First type Ma2B2 type. Here M is the central metal ion, A and B are the two monodentate ligands. See the example of this: PtNH3 2Cl2 square bracket complete. It exists in two forms, that is cis and trans. See the first, that is NH3 ligands. Two NH3 ligands are at one side and two Cl minus they are at another side, but same ligands are as adjacent to each other, and so it is the cis dichlorodiamine platinum second complex. See its trans isomer. Two Cls are opposite to each other and two NH3 ligands are opposite to each other, and hence it is trans dichlorodiamine platinum second complex. Second type Ma2BC. Here M is the central metal ion, usually platinum, and A is the neutral ligand such as NH3, pyridine, etc. And B and C are anionic ligands like Cl minus, Br minus, I minus, SCN minus, NO2 minus. See for example PtNH3 twice Cl Br square bracket complete. See its cis form. Here Ma2 BC. That means two ligands are the same, and depending on these position of these two same ligands, we can differentiate cis and trans. When these two same ligands are at the same side, it is cis, and when these two ligands are opposite to each other, they are the trans. So see, in the cis ligand, two NH3 ligands are at the same side, so it is the cis, and two NH3 they are opposite to each other, so the second image, that is the trans isomer. And third type, M, A, B, C, D. Here M is the metal atom, A, B, C, D are the different ligands. When we fix the particularly one position, and depending on the one position, actually we have the particularly isomers. The complexes of this type shall exhibit three isomers. We can write three structures by fixing any one of the ligand. For example, say A at any one position, and then placing the ligands B, C and D trans to it. Three isomers of this complex PT, NH3, PY, Cl, Br have actually been isolated corresponding to NH3 trans to each other, remaining three ligands. See, first ligand NH3 is fixed, in second NH3 is fixed, we change the position of the remaining three ligands, and in the third also we change the position of the remaining three ligands, and we have the three cis trans isomers of this particularly complex. Fourth one is the M-AB twice type. Here AB is the bidentate ligand and M is the metal atom. Geometrical isomers are also found for four coordination number, that is square planar complexes, which have the unsymmetrical bidentate ligands. That is, bidentate ligand provide the two different coordinating atoms. For example, the compounds PT, GLY2. GLY means glycinato, and we have the particularly cis and tris isomers of this complex. See, there are the two positions, that is the NH2 NH2 at one side, and two O sides, that is coordinated atoms are the opposite side, that means that they are to the adjacent to each other, and so we can call it is the cis isomers. Where in second C, two NH2 ligands, they are opposite coordinating side, and two O sides, they are opposite to each other, and thus we have the cis and trans isomer. Fifth type, geometrical isomers, which is shown here. See, it is the PtCl2 PET thrice twice. See, it is the bridge type complex, bridge binuclear planar complex, and here we can have the particularly the positions which are trans to each other and which are cis to each other. Here Cls which are at the one side, Cl which are opposite to each other, and thus we can have the cis trans isomers. Geometrical isomerism in octahedral complexes. Here coordination number is the 6. See, for the coordination number 6, there are many complexes which are known here, and that there are the 6 ligands. See, in the octahedral conditions, the positions are particularly fixed. That is position. See, when we consider the octahedral geometry, see the positions of the ligand at the site, we names that sites particularly. Site 1, which is above the plane, then 2, 3, 4 and 5, they are in the plane, and 6th position is below the plane, and in between 1 and 6 there is the metal atom which is in the plane of 2, 3, 4 and 5 ligands, and thus we have the particularly such type of the ML6, that is the octahedral geometry, octahedral configuration. See here, octahedral complexes are of three types. Octahedral complexes containing only monodentate ligand. Second way, the octahedral complexes containing monodentate and symmetrical bidentate chelating ligands. And third one is the octahedral complexes containing unsymmetrical chelating ligands. So first we are going to see octahedral complexes containing only monodentate ligand. In the example, see first A4B2 type. They possess the two isomers. Cis isomer has two similar ligands at adjacent position, and in trans isomer two similar ligands at opposite to each other. For example, CO NH34 Cl2 1 plus. See here the cis isomer and trans isomer. When we have the particularly positions, that is the same ligand at 1 2 position, we can call it is the cis isomer. So see, it's cis isomer. Here Cl is the ligand which is same ligand and which is at the 1 and 2 position, so it is the similar. And in second, see 1 and 6, it is the trans isomer. So Cl is at 1 position and at the 6th position it shows trans isomer. See the second type, Ma3B3 type. Example is CONH3 thrice Cl3. The cis isomer is obtained when all the similar groups occupy the positions to the same face of the octahedron 1, 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 positions. This is the special isomer, and in trans isomer 3 positions are so arranged that two ligands are opposite to each other. That is the meridional isomerism. So when there is the similar ligands at the 1 2 3 or 4 5 6, at that time that isomer is called as the cis isomer, or it is called as the facial isomerism. And when one of the ligand will be the opposite to each other, that is the 1 and 6 position is the opposite to each other. When similar ligands is at the 1 position, 6 position, at that time it is called as the trans isomerism. So in this case, see here 1, 2 and 3, they are having the same isomer at the same time, that is the NH3, and in second, that is the 4, 5 and 6, they have the Cl is the same isomer, so it is the facial isomer, or it is also called as the cis isomer. While in second, C, and that is the 2NH3, that is 2 and 5, they are the opposite to each other. 3 and 5, they are opposite to each other. So 2, 4, they are opposite to each other. 3 and 5, they are opposite to each other. So in the second, it is the trans isomerism. It is called as the meridional isomerism. See here, for this complex there are those two structures. One is the cis and another one is the trans. Here 3 ligands are the same and another 3 are the different ligands. Third type, M, A, B, C, D, E, F. Here all 6 ligands are the different. They are monodentate ligands. And theoretically it have the 15 different isomers possible. Practically 3 isomers of the complex can be separated. Second, octahedral complexes containing monodentate and symmetrical bidentate chelating ligands. First example, that is MAE twice B2 type. Here AA is the symmetrical bidentate chelating ligand in which two isomers, that is the A and A, or the two letters or two atoms, they are the similar to the ligand and they are corresponding. For example, ethylene diamine, here NH2 CH2 CH2 NH2, point of attachment is the similar, while B is the monodentate ligand, and such as Cl minus Cn minus NO2 minus monodentate ligand. For example, COEN twice Cl2 1 plus ion. See, it can exist in two cis and trans isomers. See in the particular diagram. In first isomer is the cis isomer. In this case, see the 1, 2 and 6, 1, 2 and 3. They have the N joining points, so they are the same. It is the cis isomer. And see in the second, that is 1 and 6, there is the Cl which is opposite, while 2 and 4 they are opposite, 3 and 5 they are the opposite, and so it is the trans. So in this case also cis trans isomerism is possible. Second type for this particularly, see its example COEN twice ClBr. See, again depending on the particularly bidentate ligands, we can have the cis trans isomers similar to the first one here. Third one is octahedral complexes containing unsymmetrical chelating ligands. Unsymmetrical means The bidentate ligand which having the two atoms which are joined to the metal atom, they are different. When we consider the symmetrical, that means when N ethylene diamine both attachment with the metal by the nitrogen. But when they at one position there is nitrogen, another position there is oxygen, two different ligands, at that time that ligand is unsymmetrical. And here we see the particularly glycine to ligand can show the such type of the unsymmetry. Here point of attachment of the glycine to ligand to the metal atom, one through the nitrogen, another through the oxygen, and so we having the such type of the complexes. C in the complex, that is CR-GLY thrice. Point of attachment is different, that is the two donor atoms, and both donor atoms are the different. And then when we compare with the particularly our positions, that is one position, two position, three positions, when similar atoms they can show the cis, and when there is the 1 and 6 they are the same which are opposite, it is the trans. So in the figure, first isomer is the cis isomer, second isomer is the trans isomer, depending on the position and similar atoms at that particular positions, or the trans and the same atom opposite to each other.